What's good, YouTube? Vakasa Kabi here. So, we are diving into Andrew's final request he had for the drones. He sent me a list of 4 of them, and this is the 4th one. We have 16 Straws Photo Story. This is a photo story video. It's 9.5 minutes long. I have the lyrics pulled up. It says that it's an adaptation of a traditional Australian folk song, Moreton Bay, which shares many similar lyrics. Okay, so we shall see what kind of storytelling we get into with this. In the read, if I hit read more, it actually tells me what this story is based off of, but I just want to hear it first without knowing exactly what it's about, and then we'll hit that read more later on, and we'll discuss what this song is actually written about, but I just want to dive into it for myself without knowing until the end. So, if you're new here, please subscribe. We talk about mental health, addiction, world issues, everything in between. Break down all the lyrics, instrumentations. This is a photo story. We have had some photo stories on here with Sabaton. Yeah, we've had some Sabaton on here that was like some photo story kind of stuff. So yeah, we have had videos like this, but with Sabaton on here. We have to check out some more of them as well. It's been a minute since we checked out some Sabaton. We got to get into them some more as well. I really enjoy their storytelling on historical events, very educational. So, we are going to get into this song by the Drones, requested by Andrew. I appreciate all of your requests. Thank you so much for your generosity. It means the whole world to me. You're a huge supporter, and I love you, man. Thank you so much for your support. So we're going to get into this. I'm Vakasa Kabi. A reaction video a day keeps the doctor away. Fuck those apples. This is the Drones 16 Straws photo story video.
Yeah.
Was it live? It's a live audio.
One Sunday morning, while I was out walking by the Brisbane's waters, I chanced to stray, and there I found a prisoner, laid half in the water. He'd seen me coming, and he began to say, I was a native of Erin's Island before
we get deeper into this, man. Wow, I really like the vibe of this. This is haunting right here. Different, so chilled back, right, for Garrett here. Man, so chilled back in this one. I was so used to him being like, wow, in your face, right? That first one was super emotional that we did by them, but the other two that we've done, they were wild, man. Very, very heavied up style chaos going on. This is really laid back. He's got a very fitting voice for this style of folk music right here.
See me coming, and he began to say, I was a native of Erin's Island before I was brought to this terrible place.
Oh, wow.
They dragged me away from my wife and newborn, and my ailing parents. I've been a prisoner at Port Macquarie at Norfolk Island, Emu Plains, at Castle Hill, and Curse Tower and Gabby. At all of these settlements I've worked in chains.
Man.
At all of the places of condemnation in each penal station of New South Wales. To Moreton Bay I found no equal. The tyranny there makes all the rest pale.
Wow. This storytelling right here. I don't expect anything less from the drones at this point, but wow. So this is a spin on a traditional folk song called Moreton Bay. Man, wow, what storytelling here. Let's check this out right here. Wow. One Sunday morning, while I was out walking by the Brisbane's waters, I chanced to stray. There I found a prisoner laid half in the water. He'd seen me coming, and he began to say, wow. Is this about an escaped prisoner, maybe? Laid half in the water, he'd seen me. I was a native of Erin's Ireland, and before I was brought to this terrible place, they dragged me away from my wife and newborn and my ailing parents. Wow. Is this, I think... Okay, hold on. I've been a prisoner at Port Mackay, Norfolk Island, and Emu Plains. Okay. Wow. At Castle Hill and cursed Towangabby, is that how he said that? Towangabby? I think it was Towangabby. At all of these settlements, I've worked in chains. But of all these places of condemnation at each penal station of New South Wales to Moreton Bay, I found no equal. The tyranny there makes all the rest pale. Who is this about? Is this about prisons using people for slave labor? Is that what this is? Whoa, hold on. There's an annotation for the part that lists all of the places where he was a prisoner. Let's see. Okay. These lyrics paraphrase part of Ned Kelly's famous Gerald Derry letter, in which Kelly writes, all of true blood, bone, and beauty that was not murdered on their own soil or had fled to America or other countries to bloom again another day were doomed to Port Mackay, Towangabby, and Norfolk Island and Emu Plain. And in those places of tyranny and condemnation, many a blooming Irishman, rather than subdued to the Saxon yoke, were flogged to death and bravely died in servile chains. This is about the Irish slavery, bro. Oh my fucking god, dude. Wow. Okay. Damn, bro. People forget about that a lot, that was a thing. Wow. This is deep, bro. Wow. Incredible storytelling. Let's listen to the rest of this, man. Andrew, thank you for this. Thank you for this one. Seriously, this is special right here.
And there I met O'Brien, the defender from Ulster. He'd left Ireland burning and came here for the wake.
Okay.
Well, he was a schemer, a Jacobite nightmare. He would not be broken, but he became displaced.
Wow.
And the Jew had one hand. He was a violent man. He'd worn the 20-pound irons since before time began.
Ooh.
Just before the dawn broke, his starvation awoke. He picked the corn from the filth he found laying around. And there ain't no walls at all, so remote is the north. The Commandant Logan, he was a devil for sure. The chief flogger was mad. I heard a prison guard say he washed his lash in a bucket and then drink the remains.
That's fucking dark. Some people, man. Fuck. said, there I met O'Brien, the defender from Ulster. He'd left Ireland burning, came here for the wake. Wow. The remembrance. Wow. He was a schemer, a Jacobite nightmare. He could not be broken, but he became displaced. Fuck, dude. That's what happens whenever an unbreakable person gets that level of hurt, right? Everything becomes displaced. It goes in the wrong directions. They're not broken. They're just, it's like they snap a little. You snap a little bit. That's what happens to the best of people, man. They get pushed a little bit too fucking far by terrible things around them. And they're not them anymore. Even though they can't be broken. You're not quite there, right? The Jew had one hand. He was a violent man. He'd worn the 20-pound irons since before time began. There's an annotation for 20-pound irons here. Okay. That's what I thought it was, shackles, yeah. They were placed around convicts' ankles. It could be chained to other convicts. We've seen that in movies. Shawshank, right? Movies like that. The iron chains were designed to not only prevent escape, but also cause extreme discomfort. Yeah, I fucking imagine so. Could you even think, bro? That's so fucking inhumane, dude. Man. Iron shackles were produced in many weights and were often deliberately thicker than they needed to be to ensure restraint. That's fucking disgusting, dude. That's so fucking disgusting. What the fuck is wrong with humans sometimes, dude? Unbelievable, man. Since before time began, just before the dawn broke, his starvation awoke. He'd pick the corn from the filth he'd find laying around. That's a heartbreaking image. It resembles a crackhead looking for their crack on the ground when they're fiending. And that's... Oh, God. Man. There ain't no walls at all so remote as the north. The Commandant Logan was the devil for sure. Is that a real person? There's an annotation. Yep, here we go. First, though, up here, did we have any other names? Here we go. O'Brien. Here, let's see. Okay. We'll read that later, because there's like a whole bunch in that one right there. So let's get back down to Commandant Logan right here. Okay. Patrick Logan became commandant of the Moreton Bay Penal Settlement in 1826. He was hated by the convicts for his harsh methods. He did some exploring and was surveying the upper Brisbane River when he was killed by Aborigines in 1830. Good. Logan was a relentless flogger, as shown in a sample record of his floggings that were noted in the diary of one of the prison clerks. This records that from February to October in 1828, Logan ordered 200 floggings with over 11,000 lashes. What? I'm doing the math here. That's an average of 120 per person. When Logan's body was brought back to Moreton Bay, the convicts manifested insane joy at the news of his murder and sang and hurrahed all night in defiance of the warders. As they fucking should have. Unbelievable. I've never heard like the whole history behind all of this. I knew it happened, but I wasn't aware of this stuff right here. This is unfucking believable. Wow. His chief lodger was mad. I heard a prison guard say he'd wash his lash in a bucket and drinks the remains. Adrenaline. The blood of adrenaline. Oh my god, dude. That is sick. It's... Fuck, dude. Wow. This is... Wow. I'm speechless right now, man. Sorry. My brain's just... You don't want to believe that people are capable of that kind of shit. And just getting joy out of that sort of stuff. And thinking that it's okay and that... wow. Jesus.
Well, I heard a rumor in the barracks one night that you and O'Brien, they had fashioned a knife. They planned to kill Logan, but my will was broke. My brain reeled with a secret, and the next day I spoke. They put me back on the game with no word of my actions. O'Brien and the Jew got 300 lashes. O'Brien came off a triangle with exposed shoulder blades. His skin never healed. He turned morbid and strange. He was out on...
Andrew, I really want to say that I appreciate you asking me to put this on the channel. This is really important for people to see and hear about. Said, well, I heard a rumor in the barracks one night that you and O'Brien had fashioned a knife. They meant to kill Logan, but my will was broke. My brain reeled with this secret, and the next day I spoke. Motherfuck. Damn it, man. God, that's the... Man. It's like the brain broke under the pressure of fear, right? Like how do I know this secret? What happens if they find out I know this and all that, you know? Oh, God, that's a brain breaking in a horrible situation right there. They put me back on the gang. That's slang. That's slang, I believe. There's an annotation for it. Convicts were chained together by the ankles in what was known as a gang or chain gang. Whoa, man. Wow. With no word of my actions, O'Brien and the Jew got 300 lashes. O'Brien came off his triangle with exposed shoulder blades. His skin never healed. He turned morbid and strange. Fucking 300. What? I don't understand what human could even stand there for that long and do that. Like, that's a lot of fucking time to think about what you're doing. And to just go through it 600 times. How? Like I said, man, some humans are just fucked up. Man.
On the rod gang, just to dig in a hole. I was struggling with conscience. My nerves had dissolved to 15 pair eyes. O'Brien proposed, shall we go to the gallows and be done with our woes? You know the game, fair play's all I'm asking. We'll draw 16 straws and then nothing is won. Why should we grasp at the straws of our lives?
Is that a real picture?
Condemned by our will to survive. 16 straws.
Oh my God. Look at this. Wow. It's haunting, man. It's haunting. We was out on the road, gang, just digging a hole. I was struggling with conscience. My nerves had dissolved. To 15 pairs of eyes, O'Brien proposed. Shall we go to the gallows, be done with our woes? You know the game, fair play's all I'm asking. We'll draw 16 straws, then nothing is wanting. There's a whole annotation for that quote section right here. O'Brien is proposing that rather than work at the Moreton Bay settlement under chains, that they end their woes by being sentenced to death at the gallows. How do you... That's about the unbreakable person being... Yeah. That's about the unbreakable person being displaced. Oh, wow. Wow. And then, okay. You know the game, fair play is all I'm asking. We'll draw 16 straws, then nothing is wanting. To avoid damnation by suicide, groups of Catholic convicts would draw straws. The long and the short decided the killer and deceased respectively. The straw drawing is assumed to be a way of avoiding thou shalt not kill form of sin by both repenting afterward and the random nature of the act. In this case, the person both agreeing to be sacrificed for the good of the group and the person committing a murderous sin is random, so no one is left wanting. The detail fair play is all I'm asking likely confirms that this story is drawn from the fatal shore, as the convict Fitzgerald is recounted to have said that fair play is a jewel when proposing the suicide plot. Holy shit. This is crazy, man.
We did then draw picked the short. He said, pray God forgives you. At least make it quick.
Look at this.
14 pairs of eyes watched me pounding a shiv through his heart. And for a few moments there was no stopping the blood. Then O'Brien said, friends, on the scaffold this ends, but it's a long way to Brisbane, and we're dangerous men.
Wow. The drones are so awesome for doing this. This is one of the most important songs I've ever heard in my entire life. You might as well not call it a song. It's education. Because people don't know about this. I certainly did not know about this. This isn't something that we get educated on too much in the States. People don't talk about this stuff very much at all. Wow. 16 straws we did draw. I picked the long one. The Jew picked the short. He said, pray God forgives you. At least make it quick. 14 pairs of eyes watched me pounding a shiv through his heart, and for a few moments there was no stopping the blood. Then O'Brien said, friends, on a scaffold this ends, but it's a long way to Brisbane, and we are dangerous men. Sheesh. Okay. So, here we have the scaffold likely refers to a hangman's scaffold used to hang a noose to perform capital punishment on a convict or convicts convicted of murder. In this case, the prisoners will be transported to Brisbane from Moreton Bay for their trial or hanging, with their plan being to escape on the way. Oh my God, dude. It's a long way to Brisbane, and we are dangerous men. That is the attitude to have in that situation, though. That is all you got in that situation, is what O'Brien said. Fucking disgusting, man. Unbelievable.
Well, our gun was wild, and we filled him with bile. He seen the Catholic dodge, plain suicide. But we'd ascended his powers, and not that of the kings or the judge down the river. We was happy to swing.
Man.
We were marched through the scrub, off to Brisbane for trial, and chained him to a whaler. We set off at low tide with 6 nervous Marines and 6 Enfield rifles, the ice end of the world, an indifferent blue sky.
All of these pictures, too. Man, look at all these pictures. Wow. Jeez. Logan was wild. We filled him with bile. He'd seen the Catholic dodge plain suicide. Okay, so there's an annotation here. The Commandant Logan was not allowed to kill prisoners, but it's implied his aim is to make their life as miserable as possible, with many prisoners choosing suicide over continued life on the settlement. That's even That's even worse. That's even darker. That is insane, dude. Wow. We descended his powers, but not that of the kings or the judge down the rivers, but we was happy to swing. I wonder if there's a story about that. No, okay. Happy to be executed, so not swing as in fight back, but happy to swing from a rope, man. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Death is a release, it says. Jesus. We were marched through the scrub off to Brisbane for a trial, chained into a whaler set off at low tide. With 6 nervous Marines and 6 Enfield rifles, the arse end of the world, and indifferent blue sky. Damn. A whaler is a whale boat. That's what it says there. A whale boat used for whale fishing, I'm assuming whaling. Yeah, whaling. But it started being used for working along beaches because it did not require repositioning or rotation to beach or refloat. I see. Man.
And 6 Enfield rifles, the ice end of the world. An indifferent blue sky. Well, I turned a torpor in the stern, in the sun. But I gather the others must have come undone. I walk breathing smoke in a chaos of limbs. A red coat squirting blood through a hole in his chin. And a volley of fire in my general direction. There was panic and shots and the smell of powder burning. Well, I threw a rifle up over the side. It was dark by the water, but I seen the shore lights. Crashed down in the back, the wrong side of the guns, getting scorched by the powder. I thought surely I'm done. I seen ghoulish things, men shot limb from limb. Brian was dead, and there was pieces of him. Well, I tore off my shirt, I was quite badly burned. My eyes poured like well springs, they were swollen and hurt. I'm not sure who survived, my whole trunk was on fire. But they broke the chains off me, and I bailed over the side.
Well, I turned to Tarper at the stern in the sun, but I gathered the others must have come undone. I woke breathing smoke in a chaos of limbs, a red coat squirting blood through a hole in his chin. Man. So it's... yeah. Okay. So he didn't realize that the others had... he was figuring out that they had actually pulled something off, right? The others must have come undone. I woke breathing smoke in a chaos of limbs. Okay. A red coat squirting blood through a hole in his chin. A volley of fire in my general direction. There was panic and shot in the smell of powder burning. I threw a rifle up over the side. It was dark by the water, but I could see the shore lights crouched down in the back. Wow. The wrong side of the guns getting scorched by the powder. I thought surely I'm done. I seen ghoulish things, men torn limb from limb. O'Brien was dead, there were pieces of him. Oh my goodness. I tore off my shirt, I was quite badly burnt. My eyes poured like well springs, they were swollen and hurt. I'm not sure who survived, my whole trunk was on fire, but they broke the chains off me and I bailed over the side. That is a twist of fucking fate. That is so lucky. Oh my God. Wow. This got me like super, super emotional and like sucked in to thought just about the things humans do to each other and how people behave and the crazy power that we crave over each other, and it's so crazy to me. Because I don't understand how people could even feel the want or need to have such things like this happen in the world between each other. It eludes me. It just baffles me, man.
Well, I was amazed by this poor wretch's tale. I'd heard none of the friends he left in a whaler. I'd just seen a paper, and I had to explain how his commandant, Logan, had died just today. They set out behind you. They was out hunting game when he startled some native. He took a spear through his brain. Then the prisoner said, "Good." I heard someone in boots. I turned round and that's when the Royal Marines came.
Oh, God, man. Oh, jeez. Well, I was amazed by this poor wretch's tale. I heard not of the friends he had left in the whaler, but I'd just seen the paper, and I had to explain how his Commander Logan had died just today. He'd set out behind you, he was out hunting game, then he startled some natives, took a spear through his brain. Then the prisoner said, "Good." I heard someone in boots. I turned around and that's when the Royal Marines came. Silence. Wow. Absolute finality. Jesus Christ. I gotta leave a like on this, man. There's an annotation here for the Commander Logan died that day here. This part of the song harks back to the Moreton Bay folk song, which states, "Like the Egyptians and ancient Hebrews, we were oppressed under Logan's yoke, till a native black lying there in ambush did deal this tyrant his mortal stroke. My fellow prisoners be exhilarated, that all such monsters such a death may find, and when from bondage we are liberated, our former sufferings will fade from mind." Say it fucking louder. Wow. Okay. Let's go back up here to this annotation we didn't read earlier, the one that said there I met O'Brien. Here we go. In the story recounted in The Fatal Shore, the convict who proposed the means of circumventing suicide was named Fitzgerald rather than O'Brien. Lydiard's use of the name O'Brien has maintained the background of the convict as an Irish Catholic, confirmed in the following lines. This is important given the Catholic Church's long condemnation of suicide. Okay, I just wanted to see what that one said. Holy shit, man. This is stuff that we need to talk about more and realize that this kind of stuff has been going on since the beginning of time when it comes to the power structures, and this right here is oh my god, this is a story that the whole world really needs to pay attention to. We need to realize that, much like what was said right here, down in here, once I get back down here on this sheet, give me 1 second. Right here. When from bondage we are liberated, our former sufferings will fade from mind. We need to take that quote right there and apply it to every fucking thing going on in the world right now. That quote right there. I'm going to read it one more time because it is that fucking important. This needs to be applied to every single thing going on in the world right now. When from bondage we are liberated, our former sufferings will fade from mind. The only bondage that we are under right now is the system that wants us oppressed. Everybody oppressed. No matter where you are, who you are, what you do, where you come from. Everybody. They want power. And that's all there is to it. Please bear that quote in mind. Andrew, thank you so much for this, man. This is a really long video, but it needed to be. That's really all I have to say about this. It's that we need to take that quote that we just read and we need to apply it to everything going on in our world right now. And we need to stop this right now because we don't got enough time if we don't stop right now. That is 100% truth. And we need to fucking think about that and highly consider it. Otherwise, our species may not ever be the same again, if it exists at all. Please bear that in mind. That's what I have to say, guys. Andrew, thank you again, my friend. Thank you so much for this request, man. I'm really glad we got to have this on the channel right here. I'm super emotional right now, so I apologize for being out of sorts a bit, but this just hits me like a fucking freight train in the soul and the heart and the mind, everything, all of it. Man, thank you again for this request, Andrew. We're going to get out of here. The original video will be in the description. As always, support the drones, support all the artists we have on the channel. That's what we do this for. We get to talk about important world issues, and really it allows us to consider history. This one allows us to consider history and consider where we're sitting right now, and maybe we need to rethink a few things, a lot of things. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the videos. I really appreciate you guys tuning in every day and watching all of my videos. It means the whole world to have every single one of you here. You've changed my life in ways that I can't even put into words for you guys. It's absolutely incredible what you guys have helped me to find inside of myself, to put myself out here and actually try to do something for the world, even if it's getting on here and talking about world issues and things like that. I appreciate you guys giving me this platform and this community to be able to speak on these things and educate people. And really, thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. We're going to get out of here. I'm Vakasa Kavi. A reaction video a day keeps the doctor away. Fuck those apples. Leave a like for me. Comment your suggestions. Subscribe up this way for me. Bang that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you so much. Have a beautiful one. Peace.